Oh hey, what's up? My name is Jace Diehl, the biggest Pixar connoisseur on the WWW. And you read that title correctly. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are spoiling Toy Story 4, but they're very minor spoilers, like baby spoilers, don't even worry about it. So where do these spoilers derive from, you ask? Well, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are promoting other television shows and movies on press junkets and talk show interviews, and the conversation has naturally glided toward Toy Story 4 because it comes out next month. But we're gonna save that for right now and travel back to the year 2011, a year when Toy Story 3 had come out the year prior. And Toy Story 4 wasn't even on anyone's radar because Toy Story 3 ended so perfectly. But an interviewer decided to just casually mention the possibility of Toy Story 4.
Will there be a Toy Story 4 for her to see?
I think there will be, yeah.
Really?
Why would I lie?
Yeah, I think they're working on it now.
Good stuff.
There you go.
The interviewer's definitely taken aback by that because he did not expect a straightforward response. The thing about that straightforward response is that it caught up to Tom, but it also caught up to John Lasseter, the director of Toy Story 1 and 2 and producer of every subsequent Pixar movie afterwards, and the head of Pixar at the time, and he was on tour promoting Cars 2, which came out in 2011. And so, because this Tom Hanks interview came out, other interviewers wanted to ask John if Toy Story 4 really was legit.
Quick question. Tom Hanks was on the breakfast sofa, or was interviewed on breakfast recently, talking about Toy Story 4.
Yeah, I found that very interesting too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Is he making Toy Story 4 without you?
Talking. Yeah. He's yeah. We haven't announced anything, so
Would you like
I can't really talk. No.
Oh, go on.
No. Cars 2 is such a good movie.
Cars 2 conversations only, people. We're only talking about Cars 2. No, but seriously, that's gotta be hard for John because I'm sure he's under contract to never speak of Toy Story 4 until it's officially announced by Disney. Now you might think that Tom got away with it free, but he really didn't. Disney spoke to him about it behind the scenes.
Somebody stuck a microphone in my face at some point and something. They said, "Is there going to be a Toy Story 4?" And I said, "I think there will be, yeah." And I got a call from the Disney lawyers the next day. Said, "You contractually are not allowed to discuss a Toy Story 4. It will affect the stock market price of the Disney common stock. So you are no longer." I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but let me just point out, I'm Woody."
You can't touch Tom Hanks. He's just too cool. Now that interview was about a year or two ago, and since then, Tom Hanks has seen the entire movie.
The way you record Toy Story is you're in a room with the team that has created it. And when I went in for my last day of recording, I wanted to have my back to them because usually you're facing them, so you can look right up and you can talk about it. But I didn't want to see them, and I didn't want them to. I wanted to pretend they couldn't see me.
Wow. I can't even believe it. Yet I can because it's Pixar. Toy Story 3 had such a perfect, poignant, and emotional ending, and apparently Toy Story 4 is somehow gonna top it, and my theater is gonna be drenched in my tears. That's what's going to happen, because I'm going to be so happy, yet somehow sad, probably. I don't know. Tom, please don't make me cry. Again?
When I realized what they were going for, I realized, oh, this is a moment in history.
A moment in history. The world will now be divided into two time sectors, BTS4 and ATS4. Before Toy Story 4 and after Toy Story 4. June 21st will be life-changing for the entire world, according to Tom Hanks.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. I'm not sure I want to watch it, to be honest.
You don't want to build up expectations.
Oh.
My favorite thing is at the end, Tom says, I don't want to build up expectations. What are you talking about? You can't build it up anymore. I want to specify that I'm not calling out Tom Hanks or Tim Allen for spoiling Toy Story 4. This is the best form of advertising. Disney can't pay for this kind of advertising. It's perfect. It's just vague enough, but just specific enough, yet just awesome enough, yet just shocking enough to make you have to see this movie.
They won't tell me anything about it. I got a preliminary idea, and I can't tell you anything about it because I really respect their, but it's really good. Somehow they got this thing better than 3. I can't tell you anything about it. I'd love to be a Washington leaker. I just can't do it. I can't give it any more away. Very difficult for Woody and Buzz.
Stop! Don't tell anymore.
It's
just
a
leave
wonderful story.
Disney should hire that woman to be on the entire Toy Story 4 press tour with Tim to say, stop, just leave it, because he's already said a lot. You ready for this? Here we go.
Bo Peep has been missing, and you're going to find out in a very tragic way where she's been and what that means for toys like her. And Woody has to decide where he's going to fall on that deal.
It seems like Bo Peep is having the time of her life. I mean, she's really loving being a toy without an owner. But Tim Allen paints her story in a tragic way. I haven't seen that at all. So are they hiding some dark, tragic secret that Bo Peep has that we'll see in the movie? This is crazy. And then he ends it by saying, and Woody will have to figure out where he falls on that. Where he falls on what? What are you talking about?
Because we were originally Toy Story 3 waving on the porch, that was it.
Yeah.
But it looked like maybe this little girl will take care of us. Well, maybe she didn't take care of us so well.
Didn't take care of us. The whole point of Toy Story 3 was passing on the toys to a nice little owner who will take care of them for the rest of her. Nope, apparently not!
If you're at all a superhero fan, Infinity Wars, I'm a big superhero fan. That didn't seem like it was going to work, and it was a lot of vignettes that all made sense. This Toy Story 4, we've only been through it once, there'll be several more incantations, but it is so emotional, it's so funny, it's so big, the idea of what they've come up with.
You know me, I love Toy Story, and I love the Avengers. So having Tim Allen comparing Toy Story 4 to Avengers Infinity War, I don't know what that could mean, but whoa. Okay, sure, I'm in. This next one is definitely one of my favorites because so far Tim has been spoiling or just talking about little plot details in Toy Story 4. But next, he's going to spoil who's in the movie. Like one of his cast members that Disney hasn't even announced yet.
I can't give anything away. It's about different kind of toys that they really will surprise you with the toys they come up with. Characters came back. New guys in it that are great. Keanu Reeves has got a great part.
Now you gotta keep in mind that this interview took place in November of 2018. And Disney didn't even announce that Keanu Reeves would be in Toy Story 4 until March of 2019. Like the next year, months later. This is the best form of advertising. I would rather see Tim Allen talk about Keanu Reeves being in Toy Story 4 rather than see it in a press release. Like, Tim Allen, I'm telling you, Disney, he's the best form of advertising you have.
The last scene of that movie was, I couldn't even get through it. We both read the last 2 lines of this movie. I get choked up, and he even said I had to turn around in the booth. I said I did too. So effective towards the end. I couldn't get through the last 20 minutes, and especially the last 5. Especially the last line of this movie is, it'll be a memorable moment for everybody. I can tell you that, gosh darn it, I don't know what to say because every time I do this I get in trouble.
Again, I love this. He's like, well, I can't tell you anything, but let me tell you everything.
It's a love story between Tom and his love interest, but he's a toy. I mean, it is what it is. And then Buzz has to make a decision on how to move on with his life because Tom's making some different decisions. Woody's making some different decisions. And that's all I can tell you.
What is this ending? It just gets more vague and convoluted, yet specific and crazy. So Woody's gonna make a decision because Bo Peep made a decision, and because of that, Buzz is gonna have to make a decision. It sounds like they're gonna have to split up, but nobody wants that to happen, right?
The last scene of that movie was, I couldn't even get through it. And I thought there was pages after it. And I read it, and I had to turn around from looking at it in a studio. I said, it was so emotional. It's a Scarlet, I don't give a damn moment.
This moment he's referring to is from the movie Gone with the Wind, and it's a huge moment in film history. And apparently, like Tom Hanks said, this is gonna be a moment in history in general. So it's gonna top Gone with the Wind, and you're gonna be weeping in the theater. But lucky for you, you're gonna be able to weep again, because Tim Allen is saying that there's a possibility we could get a Toy Story 5.
I think it's like Harry Potter. My kid's right into that now, my little one, and I said, that did like 300 movies or what, it was a lot. Once you've gotten to 4, you pass that trilogy, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't do any. I mean, certainly, if you asked me, I'd say do 5.
So there you go, Toy Story 4. It'll be a little mix of Harry Potter. You got some Infinity War in there. You got a little Gone with the Wind, and I don't know, maybe a moment in history? On June 21st, 2019, when Toy Story 4 hits your local multiplex, the world will be forever changed. And if you want to be a part of history, be sure to subscribe to this channel down below. And you'll learn more about the film's sequel, and about Pixar, about Disney, and everything awesome in general. I'm Jace Diehl. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.